according to the scriptures, dragging Seventh-Day Adventism through the mud. In Jesus' name. Welcome, everybody, to this edition of According to the Scriptures. I'm your host, Angel Ariano Jr., and in this brief video, in our ongoing series, Why Did Moses Shatter the Two Stone Tablets?, we're going to take a moment to reflect on the absolute utter silence of one of the more commonly active Adventist channels on defending the Sabbath. That is, until recently. You see, this changed shortly after this current series began on April the 23rd, 2026. Yeah, absolute, utter silence. Not a word from this group. But then Adventists started coming on Jim and my channels and watching these videos and then posting comments in the comments sections. And all of a sudden they started scrambling, running over, demanding answers from this group to many of the objections that Jim and I were raising because they had never heard them, you see? And I'm talking about this group right here, Advent Defenseless League. Well, the person who this channel belongs to is this person right here. And as you can see, that's me on the left. And obviously, we share an extremely unfriendly history with one another. And as you can see, I challenged him to a debate over a year ago. And this is because he repeatedly ran his mouth while resorting to personal attacks against my character. After we released a video refuting one of his videos of Ellen G. White as a so-called non-canonical prophet. Well, Cooto rejected my challenge, but that's not what this video is about. I just want to give you the proper context of this video, in case you're not familiar with one, Edwin M. Cooto. Well, everyone who is familiar with him knows that he has built a reputation for boldly issuing debate challenges and then backing out of them. You see, this is his MO. After he has been challenged to a debate by one who he deems a formidable opponent, he accepts the challenge. But then he creates controversy behind the scenes and then tries to make it appear that it is his opponent who is behind it. And this allows him to bow out of the debate and save face. And this is because he wants nothing to do with formidable opponents. Well, like I mentioned earlier, when Adventists started running to him for answers on many of the arguments we have been raising during this series, Cooto was dead silent. And this is his favorite topic, the Sabbath. So here's what I suggested to Jim that we do. This is my suggestion, that we advertise Cooto's silence. I mean, this is big news. A series attacking Adventist stance on the Sabbath, and not a word from one of its primary defenders? You see, in this pinned comment on this video, Seventh-Day Adventism General Conference affirms the covenant was no longer in force. Speaking of the covenant in Exodus 24, we make several observations. Notice them. Number one, we identify Cooto's channel. Number two, we point out that I have been tagging Cooto each time we release a video in this series, so he knows about it. Number three, we point out that Jim has repeatedly noted the irony of Cooto's silence during this series. And we point out, number four, that many Seventh-Day Adventists have been running to Cooto for answers on the arguments we have been raising against Adventist position on the Sabbath. And then, number five, 37 days after our first video, Cooto finally did something about the mess he had on his hands. But he did it quietly. Yes, he did it quietly. He had a live stream entitled, Bring Your Best Anti-Sabbath Arguments. Well, I couldn't resist this. I went to his video and I pulled up the transcript. And there's only one thing he had to say that was noteworthy. And you can read it yourself simply by clicking on the link I have provided in the show notes below the screen. And he said something near the beginning of the live stream. And I'm going to read it for you right here. Quote, he says, But if at any moment you have an opportunity to join us today, speaking to the Adventist community, we would love for you to be here and enjoy today's show. We're doing an impromptu, which basically means we didn't notify anybody. We're just doing this all of a sudden. We thought it was a good idea to have a conversation about the Sabbath since that topic has been coming up quite a bit among the critics, especially those who are producing lots of anti-Adventist videos on their particular channels, end quote. Why so hush hush? Notice that. All of a sudden, panic has set in. That's why it's all of a sudden. But now let's get to the real point of this video. Cooto is still up to his old tricks. On the comments section of one of Cooto's videos on his channel, Cooto posts a comment saying to one guy, and I quote, "From now on, whenever possible, I will show up to any videos critiquing ADL and request to join their live stream." Notice the guy's response. "Those critics are dragging the name of our movement in the mud." Well, to date, Cooto has not asked us if he would come on our live stream. What's that you say? We don't do live streams? You're right. But not a word to us. Cooto wouldn't even mention our names in his live stream. And why would he? Well, because those critics are dragging the name of his movement through the mud. But you see, Cooto wants nothing to do with formidable opponents. That's why he wouldn't even mention our names. Like I said, Cooto is still up to his old tricks. Even a year after he cowardly rejected my count them, 7 challenges to debate me. And that's why I told him, you have more exits than a freeway. Instead, he resorted to trying to turn things around, claiming that I was the one who did not really want to debate him. So yes, you better believe Jim and I are enjoying it. That Adventists view our series on the shattering of the 2 stone tablets as dragging their movement in the mud, as that one kid put it. I mean, after all, the founder of Seventh-Day Adventist religion dragged the name of the founder of our religion through the mud. And then Cooto dragged my name through the mud. So I just thought it was appropriate for me to reciprocate. But you see, we're dragging the name of Ellen G. White and her religion that she founded through the mud in Jesus' name. So until next time, this is Angel Ariano Jr. reminding you to do all things according to the Scriptures.